I'm Adam. And I'm Duke. And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey Duke, do you have any plans for the 4th of July? Oh, I'll probably have some family over and have a barbecue and light off some fireworks. Oh, what are you going to barbecue? Some brisket or ribs? Nothing that complicated. I bet we'll just have burgers and hot dogs. So you aren't having a barbecue, you're grilling out. Same thing, you know what I mean. No, it's not the same thing. I thought you were a cowboy, you should know the difference. Well, what is the difference? Grilling is cooking directly over a high heat. Barbecue is cooked indirectly over a low heat, giving the smoky flavor. Well, I'd eat either one. Me too, but if I had a choice, I'd pick a moist brisket with a salty crust that's been in the smoker for 12 hours over a charred hot dog. Geez, so intense. I live in Texas. You don't mess with Texas barbecue. In today's book, we see how one family celebrates their Independence Day. Let's get started. Happy Birthday, America by Marsha Wilson Chall. Illustrated by Guy Porfirio. Cousin Jean calls first thing in the morning. Guess what? She says. The corn's knee-high. It's the 4th of July. As if we didn't know what day it is. Dad strings up the hammock, then stakes the croquet set. Mom digs in back of the cupboard for picnic plates with 3 parts. I wrap my spokes in red crepe paper. Streamers shoot from my handlebars like fire. For a whole week now, I've been practicing names. I even sent my school picture to Great Aunt Lucille. Last year, she thought I was a guest. Before we're ready, car doors slam. Bam, bang, bang, bam. Joe and Todd, Janie and John, Uncle Bruce and Aunt Tina swoop over the lawn. Janie's got a curly permanent, and Todd's grown as tall as Mom's clematis. How old are you now? He asked. Almost 9, I tell him. Thought so, he says, and heads off to the horseshoe pit with Joe. He's in the 6th grade at least. Here comes the tub of tapioca pudding, balanced on top of Big Bill's cooler. Grandma's right behind him. Keep it steady, Bill, she says. This year she's brought her bathing suit. Just in case, she tells me. In case of what, I wonder? Great-Grandma, the lake is still there. A long car winds around the corner. Candy apple red, says Dad. It has to be Uncle Howard. And Aunt Marion. And Uncle Kirk. And Great Aunt Lucille. They squeeze me and pat me and lipstick smack me. Candy apple cheeks, I tell Dad. Then Uncle Kirk helps our California cousins park their motorhome. From here, they're driving on to Owatuna. The twins bounce down the path, swinging bags that match their sandals. Hi, hi, they yell. Mary Beth's in stars, Sherry Lynn's in stripes. Today I can tell them apart. Line up for the parade, I shout. The twins start marching. Left, right, left, right. Of course they stay in step. I wish I had a bike to ride. Cousin Betsy stares at mine. I learned how this summer, she tells me. Mine might be too big for you, I say. She wobbles to start, then makes 2 spins around the driveway. The parade's a lot longer, I tell her, but I give in anyway. She needs the practice. This whole thing is pretty similar to every one of my family reunions. Me too. I imagine cicadas making a bunch of noise in the background. And everyone bringing food. When you have a big group of people bringing food, is there someone whose food you always go for? Or someone who you avoid? My Aunt Patty always has some interesting combinations. Interesting good or interesting bad? It depends. It's an all or nothing type of scenario. Sometimes you'll get an inventive combination of sweet and savory that's delicious. Other times you'll get something inedible and it feels like you're chewing gravel. I have a brother and a sister that are both chefs, so I always pick whatever they bring. At City Hall, the Grand Marshal, pink as ruby grapefruit, blows the whistle. Fire engines blare. Drums roll. Boom, 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 boom. The band strikes up the Stars and Stripes Forever. Batons flash in the sky. Cousin Joe pushes me in a wheelbarrow float. I'm Princess K of the Milky Way, waving to both curbs of my kingdom. By 10th Street and Main, my crown is lopsided. My tablecloth cape has trailed behind me for 12 blocks now. Mom will have to use another one on the picnic table. An army of ants swarm out of the kitchen, carrying sweet pickle jars and casseroles. Margie clings the dinner bell. Meryl carves the roast beef. Todd and Janie and I race for the first place in line. I spear strawberries and pineapple from Mom's summer bowl. It's painted like a watermelon. Then 10 black olives, one for each finger. Auntie Joy brought her red, white, and blue Jell-O, shaped like the United States. It's too pretty to eat, says Great Aunt Lucille, just like she says every year. But someone has to. I plop Florida right down next to my lasagna. Save Maine for me, Cousin Tommy calls from the line. I think he went to college there. For dessert, it's Jan's no-nut fudge, 2 brownies, and blueberry pie. A big glass of milk? Great-Grandma asks. No thanks, Gram, I answer. Lemonade, please. After lunch, we change into our swimsuits. Hold on to your horseflies, says Uncle Howard. Let that food digest. He pats his belly. I pull mine in. We play a game of Crazy Eights. He loses. I let him double jump me in checkers. Strategy, he tells me. First one past the dock wins. Ready, set, go! Last year I couldn't swim this far. The water's cold and I can't touch bottom. Come back! They shout from the end of the dock. I must be past the drop-off point. Can you make it? Sure! I yell and backfloat home. Uncle Bud whacks off the end of a watermelon, then saws it in round slabs. We each get a half. Keep your seeds for the contest, Aunt Eleanor reminds us. I eat the soft white ones, but save the black spitters. They go the farthest. My big cousin David works one around before cutting loose. Never get dry, he tells me, then dips low, spits high. Little Bill dribbles one down his chin. Bloop. It sticks to his chest. He wins for the shortest. Betsy twirls around before she fires. I come in 6th place, right behind her. Next year, I'll do better. Work it around, never get dry. Twirl, dip low, spit high. How fun are parades? I know, right? How can you not be happy seeing a procession of smiling, happy people, showing off their cars, their horses, their trucks, throwing out candy, smiling, waving, giving high fives? My kids always loved going to parades because they ended up with a haul of sugar. Yeah, mine too. When my kids were little, they were pros at getting as much candy as possible. They'd scramble after whatever was thrown, divide, conquer, but then they'd share at the end. I've always wanted to be in a parade. I've been in a few. I'd throw candy or blow bubbles. It was fun, but not nearly as fun as being in the crowd. Did your family meet up often? Just like in this book, every summer we'd get together at the lake. We'd swim, fish, grill out. How about you? As a kid, my whole family lived in the same city, so usually people would come to our house, but we'd rotate around to one of my aunts occasionally. Even if you get together often, there's something special about having a big group of family together. Agreed. My older sister lives in Florida and we only get to see each other about every other year. Just a little while ago, she was visiting and we had the rare day where all of the siblings, parents, kids, and spouses were in one house. There were 20 of us. That was a fun day. It sounds special. I'm full of watermelon, but already it's time to eat again. Betsy follows me into line. Tapioca pudding? Great-Grandma asks. The tub is still half full. Thanks, I say, and slide it to the edge of my plate. Want to eat with me, Betsy? Her bangs shrink up when she smiles. Uncle Howard lights 50 candles on our 4th of July cake. our freedom cake. He sings from his belly, "Happy birthday to you." We join in higher. "Happy birthday, America. Happy birthday to you." "Make a wish for her," Great Grandma says. We blow out all the candles on the first try. All our wishes will come true. As the sun fades away, Dad announces, "It's time." He casts off the bow lines. Aunt Joyce wraps the babies in thick towels to keep them warm. Boats flicker on the water like fireflies. The Jost family floats by. "Strawberries in yet?" asks Grandpa. "Bumper crop," says Mr. Jost. From Powderhorn Island, piccolos pipe and cymbals clash. "Look!" I point. A ball of fire shoots up, 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 boom, and bursts into gold and blue sparkles. "Oh," we sigh together. "It's a spider," Todd yells. "An octopus," says Janie. "A chrysanthemum," Great Grandma whispers. Ba-bang! The sky thunders. The sound pours into the lake and laps at our boat. Baby Scott cries. Is this the grand finale? I cover my ears and steady my eyes. Pinwheels, feathers, volcanoes and rockets, dragons and fireflakes. Our faces glow red and green and blue and gold. Then there's only starlight. The whole lake cheers. Boat horns blast. "What did you think?" Grandpa asks, then answers himself like always. "Best I've ever seen." On the beach, we wave our sparklers in loops and stars and figure eights. I write my name in giant letters. It twinkles over the lake. We hold our last sparklers up like candles, count 1, 2, 3, then yell, "Happy birthday, America!" across the water. Voices call back from the other side, "Happy birthday, America!" I hear them all around me. Wishes to us, wishes to them, wishes to everyone. I could spend hours watching fireworks. Do ooh and ah at each one. I've been known to do as such. I get bored pretty quickly with fireworks. Just skip straight to the grand finale. It doesn't seem so grand without everything leading up to it. My dog gets really anxious with thunderstorms, and so he doesn't handle fireworks too well either. Poor guy. I do like having the booming, popping, and sounds of people outside. Kids screaming in delight. What's not to love? Speaking of loving things, if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam. And I'm Duke. And this is Where There's the Williams, There's a Way. Did you know the United States has no official language or religion?